Hi guys, this is Bruce IT Solutions. We are into graphic designing and tech. In today's lesson, we are going to look at the introduction to graphic designing, specifically Photoshop. If you're new here, thanks so much for showing up, and if you have any interest of becoming a graphic designer one day, then kindly consider subscribing to the channel. If you are old here, thanks so much for showing up, and do not forget to like, comment, and share this video for others. So without much ado, let's get into the magic world of Photoshop. Now this is the interface you see when you open Photoshop for the first time. If you don't have any document opened in Photoshop, all that you do is that you come to File here. You can come to File, or you can straight away click on Create New. So it's either you click on Create New or you come to File. When you come to File, then you navigate to New. Then when you come to New, the next thing you do is that you look for Print. At the top here, you see Print. When you come to Print, we have all the international papers available here. We have letter, we have legal, we have tabloid, we have A4, we have A6, we have A5. And let's consider using A4. So when you choose A4, then the resolution, let it be 300. Then you click on Create. So this is the first interface that you see. The white paper here is known as the canvas. That is where we are going to do all our designs. But in today's lesson, I would like to introduce you to the interface of Photoshop. Then we do certain basic settings to suit the way we will use the software. So let's start with certain arrangement of the panels and the tools so that we will have easy access to these tools. First, at the top here, you will see auto select, then you see show transform controls. Make sure auto select is ticked. You will see the relevance of ticking auto select. The next thing that we are going to do is that in Photoshop, there are several ways of doing one thing. So I personally always close the color. I do close the channel. I do close the pattern, because when I need them, there are simple ways of getting this. So we are going to do certain basic arrangements so that we will find things easier. What we normally use is the layers side of Photoshop. So I always want to have a wider space for my layers. So I can take the gradient, I'll click on the gradient, pull it to the side. Good. Click on properties, pull it to this side. Let's right click on the library and close it. Let's right click. Well, let's put the adjustment to the side. Good. Then the next thing to do is that we are going to rearrange these panels. So you see this small icon here, we use this icon to collapse the panel. So when you click on this, it reduces to this side. You can bring the cursor to the edge here and reduce the size. Then you click on it, then you move it to the edge of this panel. We are going to do same to the properties panel. So you click on this icon, reduce the size, take it and put it here. Let's do same to the adjustments, reduce the size, move it, put it here. So when we need it, we just click on it. Here, they will all be here. We'll be using these tools. We also need the text tool or the character tool, because you'll be using that frequently. So you come to the Windows panel, you see actions. Let's take actions first. Click on actions. So action has come. Then the next thing is the character is here. Let's click on character. That's also come. Let's come back to the Windows. Let's click on styles. Okay. Then let's click on swatches. Okay, then brushes. Good, brushes. I think this is okay. So after this arrangement, you will see clearly that our layer side have a wider space for any activity or designing work that we want to do. So now let's start with the shape 2. So after drawing certain basic shapes, then we know how to deal with the tools. At the edge here, we have what is known as the shape tool with a rectangle icon. When you right click on the shape tool, you see a rectangle, an ellipse, a triangle, a polygon, a line. Then we have custom shapes. When you click on the rectangle, it means that you want to draw a rectangle. So I will come to this my empty space, click anywhere and drag. This is a rectangle. The tool for drawing a rectangle is also used to draw a square. If I want to draw a square, I will just click on the shift key on the keyboard, then I will draw a square. So when you click on the shift key, anywhere you drag, it will give you a perfect square. If you release your hand off the shift key, then it means you want to draw a rectangle. Good. So now I have drawn a rectangle with a black color. So this is my rectangle. Good. Let's draw a circle. I'll right click on the shape tool, click on the ellipse. Then I will draw an ellipse, that is a circle. If I want to have a perfect shape of the circle, I will click on I will put my hand on the shift key so that I can draw a very beautiful circle. So you see that on my layer side, I am having the ellipse, I am having the rectangle. If I want to change the colors of the shape that I have drawn, we'll come to the layer side. This is the layer side. When I say layers, it means that anything that you draw on the canvas, one will always be on top of the other. So when you come to the layer side, this is the rectangle. There is a thumbnail in this icon here. So I will click on the layer thumbnail, double click. When you double click, this color picker to pops up. You can click on any color of your choice. If I want the blues, I click on the blues. Click anywhere, then it changes the color. If I want to color the ellipse, I double click in the layer thumbnail. Let's choose this color, and that is it. Let's draw a polygon. If I want to draw a polygon, I will right click here, then click on polygon. Now, a polygon may have different sizes. If I say a rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 lines, 4 straight lines. But if I want to draw a polygon may have different sizes. So at the top here, you see what size of the polygon do you want to, what type of polygon do you want to draw? Is it a polygon with 6 or 5? If it is 5 that I want to draw, I highlight, then I type there 5. I change the 6 to 5. Then I come to my canvas here, click anywhere, drag, press the shift key so that you have a perfect shape. Then see beautifully, I have drawn my pentagon. This is the pentagon. If you have auto select checked, when you click on the shape in the canvas, it will auto select it at the layer side. If I click on the ellipse, you see that ellipse is selected at the layer side. If you click on polygon, polygon will be selected at the layer side. So now when you move to the layer side, you see that we have the polygon at the top. Beneath the polygon is the ellipse, then followed by the rectangle. What it means is that if I want to drag the polygon here, this polygon upwards, it will be on top of the rectangle, because at the layer side, the polygon is on top of the rectangle. Let me bring it back. You see clear that the rectangle is at the bottom. So if I pull it, it will pass under the ellipse. It means that at the layer side, the rectangle is at the bottom. That's why it is passing under them. So in Photoshop, any resource that you introduce into the canvas will either be on top of another layer. So they are always arranged in layer like the arrangement of exercise books. So that is how we use the layers in Photoshop. Now on top here we have the move tool. The shortcut is the letter V. Anytime I want to move a shape from one place to another, I will have to click on the move tool or press on the V key. Then I can click on the tool and move it anywhere I want. Put it here. I can take this one and put it here because I have selected the move tool. With time, we will get to know all the tools when the need arise. Now, let's try changing the color of the pentagon. You click on the layer thumbnail here. Let me make it red. Let me give it this color. A very nice one here. Now, what if after drawing a shape, I will consider increasing the size of the shape, or I think that the polygon is smaller in size. I will like it to have a bigger size. You click on the item you want to work on, that is the polygon. Either you click it here or you click it on the layer side. Then you press Ctrl T to activate the transformation tools. Ctrl T, do not forget, because you always be using it. If you want to activate the transformation tools, you click on Ctrl T. Or you can also come to edit, then free transform. So if you don't want to move to edit, then free transform, you can also use the shortcut key Ctrl+T. So when this is activated, you can drag to increase the size of the shape. When you are done, you mark it correct or you double click on the shape. Let me press Ctrl T again. You can also come to this side here. You see W, that is the width. You can click on the W, then move the cursor to your left or your right, depending on what size you want to achieve. So I can drag it to this side so that it's becoming big. I can also drag it to the left to make it smaller. I can drag it to the right to make it bigger. Don't forget. So that is it to the shape and the polygon tools. Now I am going to erase these shapes and introduce to you the custom shapes. Now when you right click on the shape tool, at the bottom here we have custom shape tool. Let's click on it. When you click on it, you see this side we have the shape here. So when you right click, you see we have white animals, leaf trees, we have boat, we have flowers. Let's click on the settings icon here. Then let's go to append default shapes. Click on OK. You have other shapes added here. So let's click on the leaf trees. Click on any tree here. Drag it here. Then it draws a tree for you. If you don't like the color of the tree, now you know how to color a shape. You can click on the layer thumbnail here, come to the color side and pick green, any color of your choice. Then that is it. So those are the custom shapes. Now beneath the move tool is the marquee tool. The marquee tool. We have the rectangular marquee tool. When you right click, we also have the elliptical marquee tool. We use this one to make selections. For example, let me draw a rectangle. After drawing the rectangle here, this is the rectangle that I have drawn. After drawing the rectangle, I can click on the Properties tab. This is the Properties tab here. It means I can do certain things to this rectangle here. Fill, I can decide not to give it any fill. Then I will click on the stroke and I'll give it a green color, or I can click on the icon here and give it any color. Then the stroke, I can decide to increase the size of the stroke. The stroke is basically the line around a shape. So I'll give it this color, red, and this is the shape. So it means that this shape has not been colored. Now, what we do is that if I take the rectangular marquee tool, I would like to cut part of the rectangle that I have drawn. So I will just make a selection of the part of the rectangle that I want to delete using the rectangular marquee tool. But before I can do any manipulations on this rectangle, I have to right click on the rectangle and rasterize the layer. If I don't do the rasterization, let me undo this one. If I don't do the rasterization and I click on delete, it will prompt me this could not complete your request because the content of the layer is not directly editable. If you want a file or a resource to be editable in Photoshop, then after introduce the file should be rasterized. So I will right click on the file, click on rasterize the layer. Then if I can press on delete. Then you see that that part of the shape has been deleted. I can also decide to select this part of the shape, click on delete. Beautiful, that part has also been deleted. That is the use of the marquee tool. Every icon that you click on is having a shape. If you click on the icon and you don't see the shape, then it means that your caps lock key has been activated. So I will click on the caps lock, then I'll take the caps lock off. Then you see the shape of the tool that has been selected. So this is the lasso tool. If I activate the caps lock, you will not see the shape. Caps lock off, you see the shape. So I think that is enough for the intro. As time goes on, we will get to know how to use the various tools. So that is it for today. Thank you.